अगर आप भी यहाँ पर आकर इंटरव्यू देना चाहते हैं तो वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको एक गूगल फॉर्म मिलेगा, जाकर आप वो गूगल फॉर्म भर दीजिए, फिर आपका भी इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल होगा और आप भी यहाँ पे आके इंटरव्यू दे पाएंगे। और अगर आप जावास्क्रिप्ट को 0 से एडवांस लेवल तक मास्टर करना चाहते हैं तो आप हमारा द कंप्लीट जावास्क्रिप्ट कोर्स फॉलो कर सकते हैं, जो कि आपको यूट्यूब पे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिल जाएगा। उस कोर्स का भी लिंक मैं आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा। और अगर आप पूरा का पूरा फ्रंट एंड ही पढ़ना चाहते हैं, HTML से लेके CSS, जावास्क्रिप्ट, रिएक्ट, गिट एंड गिटहब, NPM, टेलविंड, रिएक्ट, रिडक्स, ये सारी चीजें अगर आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो उसका भी मैंने एक कोर्स बनाया है, पूरा कंप्लीट फ्रंट एंड बूट कैंप। उस कोर्स का भी लिंक मैं आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा। आपको हर एक कोर्स फ्री में मिल जाएंगे, तो आप जरूर से जाके इन कोर्सेज को चेकआउट करिए। तो चलिए अपने वीडियो को कंटिन्यू करते हैं। ओके, हाय दिति, हाउ आर यू?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, just tell me a little bit about yourself, and just introduce yourself, your experience in web development.
Okay, yes, sir. So, my name is Aditi Singh. I belong to Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. Currently living in Delhi, and I'm doing training as a full stack Java developer.
Okay,
And
you are learning Java. Okay,
yes, yes, sir. And I
okay,
have average knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
okay. So in this interview, we will start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Some theoretical questions. For 20 minutes, we'll do some theoretical questions, and then I will ask you some output-based questions, and then I will
Okay, sir.
give you some small project to make. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
your JavaScript experience is not very good, is it? Or
So it's like average.
okay. Okay, so let's start with HTML first. So can you tell me what is full form of HTML?
Hypertext markup language.
Okay, and why do we use HTML? What is the use of HTML?
So to make the layout of the web page, to structure our website.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Now, can you tell me the full form of HTTP?
uh, hy- Hypertext transfer protocol.
Yeah, that's correct. And why do we use HTTP? What is the use case of HTTP?
So it takes whatever we search in the Google, it takes all the information from there, and uh, it shows us.
Okay, yeah, it shows. So what is HTTP? You told the full form and what it does, and what is HTTP?
Uh, so it transfers all the information to us, like
Yeah,
something.
okay. So what is difference between HTTP and HTTPS?
So main difference is security. HTTPS is secured, like it
Okay,
shows the information securely.
okay, that's good.
Whatever we are searching here, it is secured. Like no one is gonna see what we are doing in the that particular website.
Okay. So whenever a website loads, what is the order of the content being loaded? Like which one loads first, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript? Or in which order does it load?
So first, to HTML will load, I
Okay,
think, and then CSS and then JavaScript.
okay, that's good. Now, what is difference between elements and tags in HTML?
So elements are like there is a h1 heading tag, and between those tags there is something written, that is that whole is called element. And if we see that only closing tag, opening tag, and closing tag, that is like different.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, what are semantic tags in HTML?
Semantic tags, so those tags, those don't have closing tags.
Okay, then what are self-closing tags?
No, so self-closing tags don't have closing tags. It only have only opening tags.
Okay, then what are semantic tags?
This sir, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Why do we use doc type in the top of file, HTML file?
To sir, to get the version of that HTML.
Yeah, that's correct. And what is difference between like section and div? Like there is a okay, in that section is a semantic tag, and you don't know semantic tags, so that question doesn't make sense for you. So what are attributes in HTML? Why do we use attributes? What are attributes?
So attributes are like for views for um, styling or like something.
Okay, for there is one style attribute which we can use for styling, and there are
Yes,
other
sir.
attributes also.
Yes,
So
sir. So there are
can you
many
give
attribute
some
uh,
examples of attribute,
formatting.
2 3 attributes of like examples of attributes?
So currently it's not coming.
Okay, so
Like
I
I'm
will give you one
hesitating.
example so you will get the idea. For example, on image tag there is a source attribute. Okay, so in the same way
And
you can
ALT attribute like uh, in
yeah
image tag it is
yeah alt attribute
SRC is a attribute or alt attribute.
yeah. So can you think of other attributes now, or
So
it will not?
in a script tag also we use SRC attribute.
Yes. Okay, no problem. Now let's move to next question. Why do we use meta tags? What is purpose of using meta tags?
Don't know, sir.
Okay, no problem. Do you know difference between do you know SVG and canvas? Do you know canvas tag in HTML, canvas element?
No, sir.
No. Okay, no problem. Okay, what is difference between div and span?
Sir, div is like a block element. It takes the space in a block format, and span is like inline level element.
Okay, so yeah, that's correct. But what is difference between block and inline?
So block element can occupy the space in number of rows and number of columns, and span is like only inline. It takes space only in a line.
Okay, that's not very true. Like you can explain it more clearly. How much width does a block element take by default?
VH, like I don't know, sir.
Hmm, okay, so basically a block element takes the width of its parent. Whatever is the width of parent, it will take that much width. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and inline elements take the width of its content. Whatever content is present inside that. Let's say hello world is written inside span, so its width will be hello world, that much only. But if you
Yes, sir.
write like hello world inside a div, its width will be full. Even hello world is a small part, the div will be full, like full parent. Whatever is its parent, it will take full width. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is one CSS question. Now we'll move to next CSS question, which is what is full form of CSS? Can you tell me?
Cascading style sheet.
Okay, so what does it mean by cascading? Style sheet is okay. Like style sheet means there is a sheet where we write styles for our web page. What does it mean by cascading?
So like don't know, sir.
Okay. Do you know specificity in CSS?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know cascade rule?
Cascade
Cascade
rule.
rule in CSS? No.
No,
So
sir.
the cascading word comes from the cascade rule in CSS. You can learn it later on. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
do you know selectors? What are selectors in CSS?
So ID selectors, class
Yeah.
selectors, element
Yes.
selectors.
Yeah. Those are some examples of selectors. But if you can give explanation, what is a selector? Those are examples of selector. It is difficult.
So if we want, say, if we want to, if we want any data from that, like if we have a div,
Hmm.
like let's so like I will explain it as an example.
Hmm.
Say we have a div tag.
Hmm.
Okay, we have something written under that, and we given the ID and class name. So we will call it from there, and that
Okay. Okay.
selector.
We don't call it like we select. We just target. We can say we can target that element and give some styles. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there are different selectors you said, like ID selector, class selector, and element selector or tag
Yes,
name
sir.
selector. So let's say there is one paragraph tag on which there is a uh, class called paragraph. Okay, let's say there is a class called paragraph, and in CSS file, what we are doing is we are writing dot paragraph color equal to red, and then below we are doing p. We are selecting that same element using p tag and giving it color of green. So which color will be applied on the paragraph?
So before what color you said?
Red.
Uh,
So
Red will.
okay, why red will be applied?
So because uh, ID selectors are more preferable.
Okay, yeah, like that is class selector. So
Uh,
can you
Classic.
tell me the order of preference, which is more highest priority, which has less priority, and then less? Can you tell me from low to high, which has lowest?
Element,
Yeah, element has lowest, and
and
then
then ID and then class.
no, element, class, and ID. In this order it goes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is we can say is called specificity. Actually, there is a number attached to that selector. Like uh, tag selector has one specificity, class has 10, and then ID has 100. We can say like this. Okay, you can learn about it in more detail.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what is the use of important keyword in CSS? Why do we use?
Important keywords.
No, like there is something called important in CSS. There is a word we use in CSS. That word itself is important, like important, like this.
So to do a do a task forcefully.
Okay, yeah, to apply some styles forcefully. So,
Yes, sir.
have you used this?
No, sir. I have only
Okay,
studied this.
okay. So, should we use important in our CSS files or not use?
Um, so it's not necessary to use it, but if we want any particular, like anything, if we want particularly, then we use.
Okay, okay, no problem. Now let's move to next question. What are uh, like what is different default value of position property?
Position property. Don't know, sir.
Okay. So do you know position absolute and position relative? Have you used these things?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is difference between the two?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir, absolute position, like um, it's not gonna change if we do something in that particular web page and website. And relative is like we can make changes according.
No. In both we can do changes. We can move element from left to right, top to bottom. Okay. There is some other difference. No problem. What is flexbox in CSS?
Um, so if we want if we make a nav bar, we like without CSS we write it. It is coming like in the. It is coming horizontally, and then if we do the flex, it is like in order.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. From left to right it will come. Okay. Okay. So now shall we move to JavaScript questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is JavaScript single-threaded or multi-threaded?
um, Single threaded.
What does it mean by single-threaded?
I don't know, sir, but I have studied in Java. Java is a multi-threading. I thought it will be single thread.
Okay, so you just guessed it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. So what are different data types in JavaScript?
There are 8 data types:
Okay, can you tell the names?
string, boolean, object,
Yes.
integer,
No,
um,
integer is not a type in JavaScript.
int.
No, int is also not a type.
So I don't know the names, but I know there are 8 data types.
Okay, there are two categories, primitive and non-primitive. So
Yes, sir.
in primitive there are seven, and in non-primitive we can say one or two. Like if we see there is only one, but some people say two. So what is the data type which belongs to non-primitive? Do you know this?
I think object.
Okay, yes, that's correct. It belongs to non-primitive. Yeah, but what is the difference behind the scenes? You don't know that, right? Why it is in? Okay, no problem. Okay, what are variables in JavaScript?
Variables, like, sir, in variables we store whatever the elements we want to store in one object or in an array
Okay,
that stores in a variable.
yeah, that's correct. And how many ways we can create a variable in JavaScript? What are different keywords using which we can create JavaScript?
So I didn't got your question.
Okay, so how do you create a variable in JavaScript? Let's say you want to store a number or your name in that variable. How you will
So we
create a
will
variable?
you will write let
Hmm.
num equals to and whatever number we want to.
Okay, yeah. So is there only one method? Is there only one way?
No,
Or
sir. We have three. We have
yeah,
three: let, var, and const.
yes, that's what I was asking. In how many ways we can create a variable? In three ways. Using three keywords, we can create a variable let, const, and var. So what is the difference between let and var?
Let and var. So firstly, I will go with var. Var is like if we have defined any number or in starting, we can change it later. Like it is not defined. And let. we can. So in short, a var can be declared, but and initialized, and let declared but not initialized.
But we can initialize both at the time of declaration. Like we can do let
Um,
a is equal to some number, var b is equal to some number, though both will work same. So what is the difference?
but if we are writing like let a equals to 1, and then again we will if we will write let b equals to let a equals to something, so it will show error.
Yeah, that's correct. So that means we cannot redeclare let variables,
Yes,
but we can declare redeclare var variables. If you do the same
yes,
thing with var, it will not give error. So
yes,
this
sir.
is one difference, but this is not the main difference. Main difference is something else. Okay. Do you know scope in JavaScript? What is scope?
Um, scope, yes, I know, but scope is a so the for मतलब uh, so was we have a code, and we are declaring um, any function. Uh, we are declaring any variable in the function. Like scope has two types. I think one is uh, so currently it's not fluctuating in my mind, but I know this one.
Okay. Global scope.
Global one, and then that other one is in global, that if we are out of function, we are declaring any variable, uh, thr- it will work throughout the program.
Yes.
And if we are declaring any variable under the function, within
Yes.
the function, it will work, it will exist in that function only.
Yeah, that's correct. So that variable will have local scope of that function. So that is called local scope.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But there
Cool
is one
scope.
more scope. One is global scope, one is local scope. There is one more scope, which is block scope.
Life. Um,
Okay. Block scope.
so one I
Lexical
studied
scope?
one thing like lifetime scope, like as a
No, there is nothing like
study.
lifetime scope. No, it is not in JavaScript. Maybe in other
Studied
languages it
something.
may be there. It is from like there is one lexical scope, which is the combination of all scopes, but not for all everything. But like it has more complex definition. Lexical scope. Okay, so there are mainly three scopes. Like even more scopes are there, but mainly we mainly think like there are three scopes: global scope, local scope, and block scope. So var is a local scope variable, and let is a block scope variable. You have to understand this. What is a block scope? What is a local scope? How a variable is created inside a block scope? How like this all things works. You need to learn it. Okay. Okay. So what are functions? What are functions in JavaScript?
So function are like if we want uh, any to be event to be showed after viewing, if we are doing any kind of making changes, like if we are clicking in something, some button or like something, it shows anything like a pop-up or etc. We use function for that.
Okay. We use function for that, but what is function?
So I don't know the exact definition of function.
Yeah, like you don't need to know the exact definition. You can explain in your words, like if you know it clearly, you'll be able to explain it. You don't need to remember the definition. It's okay. You everything you learn, you need to think in the terms of how you can define this. You don't need to remember the definition of books or something. How, let's say, if someone asks what is a function, you should be able to tell what is a function, not what a function do. Okay, not what a function does. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you should prepare all the things like what if this is asked, how I'm going to answer this. It should not, it does not need to be the book definition. That's not important. Okay, now whenever we create a function, we write something like, let's say we want to take some arguments, then uh, we will write some, let's say, a and b, and then we, while calling, we will pass a and the value of a and b. So there are two terms here that come into picture. That is, one is parameters, other is arguments.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the difference between the two? Like, what are parameters or what are arguments?
So whatever we pass in that in whatever we pass in that function, or we are passing there one or one comma two, or like anything we are passing are called parameters.
Okay, and arguments?
Arguments, don't know, sir.
Okay, no problem. Now, can you tell me what is DOM?
Uh, Document object model,
Okay,
that stands for.
yeah, and why do we need DOM?
Um,
Okay, before telling why do we need DOM, can you tell me what is DOM? That is full form of DOM. Can you just explain in English or in your words? Basically, you can tell what is the use of DOM.
uh, so to get the data from the element or class or ID
Yeah, that's
through
partially correct.
getting the data through getting the data through ID, class, or element.
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of correct,
Element.
but you can improve this definition. Okay. Okay, now let's move to you don't know React, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's move to some output-based questions. I will send you some questions. You need to share your screen, and I will send you questions in the chat box here in the Google Meet. You can copy it and paste in VS Code and try to guess the output. What will be output of this code? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Share the entire screen.
So I didn't got the question.
I have not sent it. First open VS Code, share your
Oh,
screen so that we can make sure your files are connected properly running. Then I will send the question.
so is it visible?
Yes, I can see your screen. Can you open VS Code? And that's okay. Now connect one JavaScript file to your index.html file. cancel this. You can cancel this and use this folder if you don't have anything important. Okay, you have a lot of things. So you can create one new file, interview.html. Okay, folder you are going to create. Yeah, file interview.html, and create the boilerplate code. Yes. Now connect one JavaScript file in this. Okay, it didn't come properly. You can do it again. You can remove it and do it again. Should be small letter. Make it a small letter, then it will work. It will come. The script S of script should be in a small letter. Now put a console log here. In the HTML file, put console log hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Okay, just write a console log in the script file, JavaScript file. Console log hello. And now save both files and just test it if it is working. Okay, now I will send you the question. You can open the chat, Google Meet chat. Okay, sorry, I got muted. I don't know. Okay, I have sent you the question. You can copy that question in VS Code. Open Google Meet. So what will be the question is, just paste it in JavaScript file. Paste it in JavaScript file. So what will be value of result here? If we console log result, I have forgot to put one extra line. Just write console log below. Just write a new console log below this line. Result. Without strings, you need to write. Don't use single quotes. No, no. Remove quotes. Remove quotes at all. Because we are going to console log a variable. Now save it and tell me output. What will be, remove hello from line number 1, remove that. Hello console log. Now what will be value of this thing? Yeah, it will print hello. From line number 3, it will print hello. And from line number 7, what it will print? Okay, for from both places. Okay, you can save it and check. Refresh, just refresh because live reload enabled that is coming. Refresh it, it will go. Yeah. So from first line number 3, it came hello. From line number 7, it is coming undefined. Now, I want you to do some changes in function so that it prints hello in both cases. Can you do that change? Or what I don't want to print anything inside the function. So what you can do is you can remove the console log and do some changes so that in the result hello comes. Okay, hello, that string hello comes in the result. I want you to make that change. Okay, so from line number 7 you are getting undefined. Okay, I want you to get hello from line number 7. That's it. Yes, so from line number 7 you are getting undefined, right? I want you to get hello on line number 7. No, you cannot change line number 6 and 7. You can change inside function. Whatever is written from line number 2 to 4, you can change only those lines. So by changing the line inside the function, you need to get the output of hello from line number 7. Okay, no problem. I will. Okay, you are not getting my question. What did you understand? Like, what did you understand? Like, what? Yeah, so what I'm saying is on line number 7, we are console logging the value of result. Okay, whatever is present inside the result, we are getting its value. Okay, we are printing its value. So I want you to store hello inside result. Okay, basically, uh, let me change my question. What we are returning, return keyword inside a function, right? So what we are returning from this function? There is a function. What is the name of this function that we have created? Yeah, foo. We can say foo. The function name is foo. So do you know return keyword that we use inside a function? Do you know about it? Return keyword. Return. No, that is why you are not able to answer this. Basically, you don't know the return keyword itself. You need to learn why do we use return keyword, and we can use return keyword only inside a function. We cannot use it outside of the function. Okay, so if you write instead of console log hello, what I'm saying, remove line number 3, remove whatever is written on line number 3, and type return and space and single quotes and hello, single quotes like hello in string. Yes, that's, yeah. Now save it and check the output. Okay, so from line number 7 we are getting hello now. We have written hello on line number 3, but we are getting it on line number 7. So you need to learn the return keyword, how it works in function. Okay, this is what I wanted you to do. Okay, now you know for loop in JavaScript. Okay, so there is one array. Let's say create an array. Remove this code. Remove all the code. Write 1 to 5, 1 2 3 4 5 like this number. Now I want you to add all these numbers using for loop. Will you be able to do the sum of all numbers? Any method, like any. Okay. Okay, no problem. Now let's go to some CSS question. Now connect one CSS file with your yeah, HTML. Okay, now yes. Now I want you to create one box, uh, like create one box and give it height width of 100 pixel and give it some background color and then place it in on the center of the page. Okay, so just create a box. Pixel, 100 pixel. That's enough. Now just check if the box is coming. If the box is coming on the page. Yeah. What is the problem? You don't need to. Yeah, yeah. You have written the class, but you should have written box. Every time you don't need to open it using live server. Right click and open live server. You can open the same tab and it will work. You can close all the 4 tabs, like extra 3 tabs. So in all the tabs, it will automatically refresh. You just open Chrome. Okay. Now come to VS Code. Now your job is to put this box in the center, in the center, like horizontally and vertically, middle of the browser. Yes, but it is not very much center. If you check, it is not, it is a little bit more towards right. Okay. Yeah, but we want not only horizontally, we want vertically also. From top to bottom, it should be in between. Yes, it is not exactly in the center. And that is not also right way. Like it is not exactly in center. Yeah, we want exact center. Okay, no problem. Now uh, this interview is almost over. Now what, like you can stop sharing your screen. Interview is done. I have concluded. So what did you first just tell, like what if I ask you to just tell if you will be selected, if you will be selected according to this interview or not? Hmm. Yes, and let's say if I ask you to give you yourself point out of 10 points, how many points you will give for this interview? No, you will get even less point, 3 or 4. Okay, because a lot of concepts you don't know, a lot of things you need to learn. Still, it is not like you don't have done practice. You don't know the concepts. You don't know what does a written keyword do. Okay, so you need to learn a lot of things. Yeah. Mm. Okay, you have watched my videos. How do you watch my videos? Like how do you watch? Just tell me. Okay, that's okay. But I'm asking. Let's say you are watching my videos. So how do you watch? How do you watch means? Yeah, like, are you getting the question or not? Now, do you watch it like a movie or do you watch it like a lecture? That is the question. Lecture means, okay, you make notes, you write code while watching. Do you write? Okay. Hmm. Okay, so like, what are all the lectures that you have watched so far? Only CSS or JavaScript also? Okay. How many videos have you watched? Okay. So you have watched only JavaScript, right? Okay. So, okay. Mm, yeah, yeah. Those are all the basic same concepts that will be tested. Okay. Yeah. So still, like you have watched all my interview questions. Still, you are not able to answer. So what is the problem here? Okay, let's say if you are not hesitating, if you are talking to your friend, will you be able to answer all the questions or more questions? No, that is not the problem. You need to realize that you don't know the concepts. Okay, you have to learn still. Okay, hmm. Okay. So, but interview, what you have to do is you have to explain those things. Whatever you have learned, you have to explain. If you are not able to explain, you will not be selected. Okay. So, how that will improve? Do you have any idea? Yeah. So, how it will improve is any concept that you learn, first understand. Try to understand what it is, how it works, what is it all about. Okay. And then what you have to do is you have to think in this way that what if I need to explain it to someone else? How will I explain? Okay. So let's say if someone is some of your friend, let's say who is also learning, but you are little ahead from them. So you can explain them. If some friend is there, you can explain. Otherwise, just think in your mind or write it down in paper that how I will explain by saying into words. How will I put these concepts into words? So just write it down how you will explain. So you have to practice it, how you will explain. So understanding is one thing, that is first thing that is important. And explaining is also very important if you want to crack interviews. So yeah. So what did you learn from this interview? Yes. So you should focus on the fundamental concepts of CSS and JavaScript. HTML is good. Like for HTML part, you explained well, but still you didn't know semantic tags. You didn't know attributes. You knew, but you were not able to explain. So you can improve those things in HTML also. But it's for HTML part, it's good. Like it's not bad. But for CSS and JavaScript, you need to improve. You need to learn a lot of fundamental concepts. Okay, and you have from me, you have learned only JavaScript and only 2 3 videos. In 2 3 videos, what you will know, like only data types I have taught. Rest is like I've told history of JavaScript, right? So you need to watch more of my videos. You can watch CSS playlist and practice it, code it along with watching lectures. whatever code I write on my screen, you need to write on your VS Code. Okay. Yeah, that's it. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay. So whenever you prepare for interview, at the end of interview, interviewer will ask if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. So for this question also, you need to be prepared. Okay. Like which question I will ask. Just keep ready one or two question. If you don't ask, that is not considered very good thing. Okay. So just prepare that question also, that at the end some they will ask if you have any question. Yes, and your communication skills are very good. You are very comfortable in speaking English. There is no problem in that. And also, whenever you don't know the answer, you are telling that you don't know immediately. That is also a good thing. You are not just taking time and time. Okay, you are immediately telling that you don't know. That is very good thing. So your communication skill is good. Uh, and just be like, it is it your first interview or okay, so considering first interview, it is very good, like in the way you are talking and everything. It is very good, and only by giving more interviews, you will get more confidence and you will be explain with confidence. Okay, so just try to give more interviews if you get it. Okay, and that's it. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.